Welcome back, CDL fans, whether you saw the first segment or not, heavens, I guess. But time for the start of segment 2. We've got the Mexico City Jaguars leading the way today with Inquisitor, followed by 48 Hours, and then we got Solid Snake at the captain spot and Charizard at 5-point gainer. Mexico City here on the road to take on the San Antonio Defenders. Leading the way for them is Shell, followed by Far Future at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, going to be Chameleon at 5-point gainer. It's going to be Aqua Ferrari. So, Jaguars and the Defenders set to go in the rematch of last year's Western Conference Finals. But this is a different looking San Antonio side, that there is no doubt. So, Shell and Inquisitor leading us off, and both cars staying up. They'll switch sides here, and out of play goes Shell. So out of play he goes, still a scoreless game as the match continues now. Shell and Inquisitor still battling. Two relatively good offensive cars, and Shell really putting up a fight here against Inquisitor. And Shell able to stay up yet again. He's taking the knocks here, I'd say at the defensive disadvantage right now, or offensive disadvantage. And I think he's just a lighter car, and that's what's propelling it, and out of play goes Shell. So, out of play towards me, and we still got a scoreless game here between these Central Division foes, and not anymore. Just as I say that, we got our first flip of the game. Inquisitor takes Shell down 5-0. The Mexico City Jaguars trying to go 7-1, and they got the lead here. 5-0 the score. San Antonio trying to get their first win of the season, and out of, well, not out of play. We'll see how he fell. Now he's still going to be counted as a... We'll see how he was in there. And that's what we did this time, out of play. Definitely out of play there. As we've got ourselves a 5-0 game. Jaguars in the lead. Looking to avenge that conference final loss from last year. And this time there's definitely a flip. And he was in a part where we could just tell it really good that he was down. There was no recovering for Far Future there. 10-0 the score. Mexico City in the lead. Heavily favored to win this game, doing their part right now. And Chameleon goes down, 15-0, donuts served for dinner. And they're 0-8. Now, why? Why the change? And really, this team hasn't changed too much. The only difference is Shell is there, and Hot Indy is not. That just speaks to how good Hot Indy was last year. That's what 30-plus flips in a season will do when it comes from one car. It's impressive. And we're just seeing San Antonio without it. Of course, Hot Indy now playing for Chicago, but he he went through a injury over the summer, basically, during the final World Cup tournament to ever take place. He actually sustained an injury there that he had to repair, and it's almost like a knee. If you ever sprained your knee, folks, then you know, once it's sprained, it's never really right again. So anyways, the same thing with Hot Indy. Chicago's going to be playing in our main event, so you'll be able to see him there. But that would explain the reason why San Antonio, last year's Western Conference champions, looks like they're en route to that #1 overall pick. But anyways, Mexico City in that hunt for first place in the Western Conference, in the league for that matter, especially with Wanda taking the loss today. Enough talking about this game. It's done and over. 15-0 Mexico City getting the win. Phoenix Firebirds, Nevada Thunder coming up next. Welcome back, right down to the field yet again, as everything is set to go for the Phoenix Firebirds and the Nevada Thunder Pacific Division Showdown. Let's get a look at the lineups. For Matt Geiser's squad, it is Green Arrow leading the way for the Firebirds. To the middleman spot, Kit Custom. Captain spot, Power Pistons, and that 5-point gainer for the Phoenix Firebirds, it's going to be Stock 34. To the home side of the field, Inferno leads the way, followed by Monkey at the middleman spot. To the captain spot for the Nevada Thunder, it's Black Lena, and at 5-point gainer, it's going to be 7 series. Both teams set and ready to go. Matchup is on. Green Arrow and Inferno battling out. Good solid hits as both cars staying alive to this point. We have transitioned, as you could tell, to the hard field, and a good flip right there. Inferno is down. Green Arrow staying in play. 5-0. Firebirds on top. That now brings out Monkey for the Thunder. And now he went to a very complicated place here. I'm going to try to get him without falling over. It's just an awkward spot that we haven't had a car go yet. But he is out of play. And we will continue. 5-0 still the score. And Monkey almost had him that time. Both cars using a little bit of spin cycle. And this time, a good flip for Green Arrow, who's 2-0 on the day. Bringing us to our halfway point. Could we have another shutout here? 10-0 the score. Firebirds in the lead. Black Lena trying to keep the Thunder in this game. Green Arrow trying to get himself a shutout. He's had them before in the past. Whoa, that time we are going to rule a no contact, and they'll go back to their own sides here. And definitely going to need some field repairs with the mesh there. Anyways, back to their own side. Still a 10-0 game. Firebirds in the lead. And how did he land? He's still up. He's still up in there. Clear shot to see. Maybe will switch sides, and now again both cars staying up, switching back to their own sides. The sides where they started their match today, and again switching. And out of play, Black Lena rolls for safety. Still 10-0 the score. And that time we had an interference. That was against Green Arrow. So back to his own side, still a 10-0 game. And a good flip right there, and folks, it is over. More donuts. We're gonna have a heck of a sweet dinner. More donuts served up. This time by Green Arrow, 15-0 in the final. The Phoenix Firebirds complete the shutout win over the Nevada Thunder, and that's going to put us halfway, folks, through our June 11th game day. But we're still in the middle of the second segment. All right, 12 games, 4-4-4. Right, that's the way we do it, or at least we try to. And we try to read, right? So here. We found the right place to put the score down. Yay, good for... Anyways, so we are moving on to the next one. Detroit Devils and the Denver Mustangs Central Division Showdown, and it's coming up next, so stay tuned. Welcome, CDL fans. On to the second half of this game day. We now go. We've got the Detroit Devils on the road to do battle with the Denver Mustangs. Let's get a look at the lineups as we'll get right on to it. Black Marinello leading the way for the Detroit Devils, followed by the rookie V-Dub. At the captain spot, it's Spec Titan at 5-point gainer is Pioneer for the Detroit Devils. To the home side, Golden Rat leads the way for the Denver Mustangs, followed by Purple Custo at the middleman spot. The captain spot, it's Red Detta, and at 5-point gainer, it's going to be Hawkeye. So, both teams set and ready to go. Renji still asleep on the visitor side of the field. I don't know if you can see it, folks, but Golden Rat and Black Marinello about to start us off. Two league-operated teams battling here, Central Division Showdown. And the matchup is indeed on. Some good solid shots, both cars up to the task thus far. And both cars again able to stay up, switching sides here. Golden Rat and Black Marinello battling out. And we got our first flip of the game. Golden Rat taking down Black Marinello, 5-0. The Denver Mustangs on top. That brings out V-Dub. V-Dub trying to even things up. Not going to happen. Golden Rat is on a roll here. 10-0 Denver in the lead. Golden Rat looking to put this game away. Spec tight, trying to keep the Devils in it. Not going to happen. More shutouts here today. This second segment is just the shutout segment. Lights out segment. Because we're seeing front runners just play lights out demo derby. 15-0 the final. You know what's for dinner. My goodness. Gotta think of more foods with holes in them. I don't know. But you gotta, well, we know donuts, right? But anyways, 15-0 the final score is we have another blowout here in our second segment. Really our first segment, kind of closer, you know, but the next one, I don't know if we're going to see a shutout in the next one. The next one, really highly anticipated. The Philadelphia Demons, now first place in the Eastern Conference and trying to hang on to it as they'll be taking on the Tampa Bay Gators. They at least need 1 point from this matchup. Of course, the Tampa Bay Gators, they are trying to close that 6-point gap between them and the Philadelphia Demons for first place in the Atlantic Division. So a huge match coming up. Demons, Gators. Let's get down to it. What's up next? And welcome back, CDL fans. Just like that, on to the headliner event of our second segment. And a segment that's been all shutouts so far. 3 15-0 scores. We got two teams at the top of the Atlantic Division about to go head-to-head, so maybe we'll see something really good here, and I think we will. We got the first place Philadelphia Demons, 6 wins, 1 losses up to this point. Leading the way for them is Silver Molina, followed by Hammer Jr. At the captain spot, it's going to be Red Spectite, and 5-point gainer is High Tech for Shane Geiser's Philadelphia Demons. Then to the visiting side, 2 games behind them, right? So 4-3, I believe, is their record. The Tampa Bay Gators, they lead the way with Purple Fire, followed by Ratified at the middleman spot. To the captain spot, it's 47 Ronin, and that 5-point gainer is Battle for Brandon Kuma's Tampa Bay Gators. So both teams about to go head-to-head here, Atlantic Division Showdown. Of course, Tampa Bay trying to cut into that lead that Philly has on their division. And of course, Philadelphia trying to take first place or sole possession of first place in the Eastern Conference. With, of course, Gowanda taking the loss today, the door of opportunity is open to them. Let's see what happens here. Silver Molina, Purple Fire, game on. Oh, Silver Molina able to stay up and gets a flip in return once he got to the home side. What a move by Silver Molina to get that early lead for the Demons. 5-0 the scores. That brings out Ratified for the Gators. Ratified and Silver Molina now going out. Ooh, both cars somehow survived. And this time, ooh, I thought Ratified was down there for a second. And now both cars surviving. What a matchup these two are putting on. Silver Molina means business today from the front runner spot. And again, almost another chance. Ratified just barely able to hang on right now, and this time he's down. Silver Molina looking good right now. 10-0 the score in favor of Philadelphia. Could we have another shutout here? 47 Ronin trying to keep the Gators in this game. Not going to happen. 15-0 the final, and the Gators, the defending world champions, are sitting at 500 now. Silver Molina on point today. 15-0 the final. Shane Geiser and the Philadelphia Demons are 7-1 here in 2021. Here in our league's 25th season, one of the most dominant franchises in league history. 3-time world champs, beaten 2-time world champs though, so not too shabby themselves for the Gators, but in a dominant fashion here on the road. 15-0 Philly over Tampa Bay, and this was a lights out segment. All shutouts in this segment. Can never predict what's going to happen on a CDL game day. And this one was just flat out. We had every result possible in segment 1. We had a 15-10, 15-0, 15-5, and an overtime result. And this one, all shutouts. Time to find out what the third segment's going to bring. Should be interesting. The Seattle Lumberjacks on the road to play against the San Francisco Shinobis. It's going to be up first. Then we're going to see the Boston Vandals and the Montreal Saints. Those two were pretty intense rivals last year. We'll see if that continues on into this season. Then we got the Toronto Titans on the road against the Buffalo Warriors. One that's a really intriguing matchup. Toronto's holding down a playoff spot in just their second season of existence. So huge game for them. And then finally our main event, the Houston Oilers and the Chicago Wind Attack. They're tied for second place in the Central Division. Mexico City, of course, got a win to pull away, but that being said, still the opportunity to play catch up here and get solely in the second place by yourself. That's what's on the line. So a huge matchup for Houston and Chicago. It's all in the third segment. That does it for segment 2. All shutouts. Get some donuts. This is your sign. Donuts. Buy stock in Dunkin'. This is not financial advice, by the way. I don't know how Dunkin's doing on the market, but anyways, I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a sign of some sort, right? We got zeros, 15-0s here in this second segment. Unreal. But that does it for it. So stay tuned for segment 3. Should be out soon.